So today I'd like to talk about the incredible energetic support that we humans get from one another. We are social creatures, and in our connection and communing, an energy field is created for better or for the worse. Our greatest survival skill is not our ability to outrun our predators, but our affiliative nature, the ability to bond and maintain relationships. Our ability to connect with others is what has ensured our safety and well-being as a species. The Greek philosopher Epictetus said, "Be careful whom you associate with. It is human to imitate the habits of those with whom we interact. We inadvertently adopt their interests, their opinions, their values, their habit of interpreting events." So it's good to associate with people who are deliberately growing their hearts. Their presence pulls for the better sides of us. For example, I love being on any retreat, but especially I love being on a monastic retreat. Yes, they are indeed rigorous. We're up at 4:30 in the morning. We're meditating by 5, sit, walk all day long. But it is in seeing how we, lay folk, all of us who are at that retreat, how we are upping the bar of our own behavior in body, speech, and mind. And that support from each other, it just delights and uplifts the heart. Ajahn Sucitto calls this bright energy. I love being on any retreat because when we as a group are more careful and more caring, good things start to happen. Random acts of kindness begin to appear with greater frequency. Smaller moments of connections are magnified. Gestures of offering and receiving come forth. Dana shelves are stocked with the currency of generosity. A warm pair of socks, a hat, a sweater, vitamins, supplements, coffee, all freely given to whoever may need. And of course, there are the occasional notes of thanks, or a chocolate that's left in a shoe outside the meditation hall. All of this, and not a word has been said, yet the atmosphere is bright with goodwill. So, despite the dominant images of spiritual practice occurring in solitude, I would suggest there's the importance of connection, affiliation, and spiritual friendship that's absolutely essential for progress on the path. It's difficult to make changes alone. It's easier when it's done in good company. Take, for example, this group that continually keeps emerging out of thin air. This group right here. This is a Sangha, and that's a Pali word, and it means a community of like-minded others. A community of others who are gathering together to cultivate and uplift our hearts. This is helpful anytime, but especially when the world is on fire. We need the collective energy of Sangha right now, more than ever. We need to feel connected, included, inspired, supported. We've always needed this. Our nature is affiliative. This is how we have survived. But come together in this way to practice mindfulness and compassion practices, well, it doesn't get better than this. It's a treasure, it's a blessing to sit for 40 minutes with a group of others who are interested in not causing trouble, not causing harm, interested in orienting towards goodwill. Seeing your faces every day is truly a joy for us. We joke about it, but it's really true. You know, you pop on the screen and we light up. So all of you, even right now, just look around the screen. Just kind of look at your faces. You'll see familiar faces. You'll see new ones. But sense the energy of all of us. right? At the end of meditation, I usually invite you to notice the collective, to notice you sitting here with us and us sitting here with you, and to feel into the field of goodwill that we've created alone and together. That's real. It's palpable. We can begin to sense into that. And that is no small gift we give each other and ourselves. We are, in a way, what they call kalyanamitta in Pali, friendship with the lovely. Kalyana means lovely or beautiful. And mitta, M-I-T-T-A, means friend, kalyanamitta. Beautiful and lovely friends are those encouraging us to let go of ill will and bring forth goodwill. These are the friends that the Buddha and our parents would have liked us to hang out with. These are the people who inspire and encourage and support our growth and well-being. And when we gather together in solidarity of cultivating the heart, the collective Sangha has power. There is power in numbers. And when we're orienting toward the wholesome, let's have that ripple through the world, right? Let's have goodwill ripple through the world. And when we can draw on the Sangha energy, it gives us support when we have a hard time. Like, that's the other beauty, is that even when we're having a hard time in the middle of a sitting, all we need to do is open our eyes and look out at the group and sense, oh, I'm not alone. And that's a great relief. And just imagine what it would be like if you were left to your own devices, having to sit still alone and stay present and resist the impulse to get up, to start doing, to get away from whatever the agitation is, to go do the dishes, the laundry, the bills. Anything would be better than sitting here. But when we sit with a group, we can feel a bit more anchored in the present moment with each other and feel the companionship and the commitment of the collective. And it's more powerful when we sit in good company of 20, 30, 40, 60 people. Suddenly, sitting still for just a little longer feels possible. Come and sit with others on retreat or in the daily sit, and you will start maybe to catch the draft of others. You'll start to notice the regulars. You start to see what effect their commitment has on our motivation and how they inspire us to just to stay with it. Come to the daily sit and sense the whole group, sense the folks to your left and to your right, and let them shore up the doubt that still remains. Let them clarify the determination that you have to sit just for half an hour to be with whatever's inside and let the dust settle. When our practice is fortified by the presence of others, it supports our resolve. And when people come together, and collectively, they create a particular kind of force field, a particular energetic field, depending upon what they've gathered in the name of. This is how social contagion comes about. A concert, a protest, a parade, a political rally, all create a collective energetic force field with its own flavor or tone. Know what collective you wish to be a part of. See which ones brighten the heart in times of difficulty. When we come together either out of love and connection to celebrate or out of loss and grief, our hearts sense that we are not alone, that they are not alone. And often we can feel heartened by that, uplifted by the sense of belonging, of shared common humanity. And tapping into this energy of connection can support us, put wind under our wings to navigate the fear, the isolation, or the afflictive mind states that we're experiencing. When we come together out of hate, regardless of the cause, we create conditions for himsa, for harm, for unskillfulness. and for that energy to grow stronger. When we commiserate, use our energy to speak unskillfully about somebody who isn't in the room, we sow seeds of ill will. When we bark back out of anger because someone just yelled at us, we add another log on the fire. We strengthen the force and the frequency of that energetic pattern of ill will in us. We don't want to do that. So let's be very mindful with who we associate with, and even what kind of mind states we are associating with in our meditations or during the day. Consider who brightens the heart, who helps to encourage you toward non-will, toward non-harm and goodwill. Who offers you wise counsel or a kind ear when you're angry, when you're sad, when you're anxious, when you're stuck. And let's be mindful of what we're gathering in the name of. Is it for the good or for the harm? Feel these energies and let's begin to skillfully work with them. When people come together to meditate on non-harm and goodwill, well, they're creating a powerful collective energy. We're creating a powerful collective energy of mindfulness, of friendliness, compassion, consideration, of careful, caring, attention. These wholesome energies we want to make much of. We want to see them, we want to feel them, and boy, we want to savor and make much of them. When we get distracted, discouraged, confused, we have reliable people to the left and to the right to point the way, to help us stay the course and hold presence. When we feel restless and agitated, their presence can just help hold us. When we're angry, their presence can soothe us. When frustrated, encourage. Frightened, assure. When grieving, hold space for us. In the company of good friends, when good news is shared, it's received and celebrated. Joy for another's joy. When we feel uninspired, we can bring our spiritual friends to mind, bring them forward, and sit in their company. You're not alone. We are never alone if we bring that sense of Sangha forward in our mind's eye and sit with that collective energy. Spiritual friends help us to remember what is too important to forget, that we're not alone, that others share the value of putting forth energy in the service of letting go of suffering and bringing forth goodwill and non-harm. We have good company even when the going gets tough. So let's make use of that, both on and off the cushion. We can do this. It's for our welfare and for the welfare of all that we encounter. Thank you for your kind attention. All right, and with that, I invite you to turn your kind eyes to the physical body and see how it is at this moment. Open it up, make some room. Stretch it long, fill it up with some air. Breathe out the kinks and the wrinkles and the tension. These are loosening the afflictive energies and bringing forth calming and easing energies. And find as comfortable a posture as is possible, and see if you can settle in a little bit more into stillness. Gently close the eyes, letting go of the outside world and turning the attention into the interior. Feeling into breathing and gently opening up the torso and softening around the shoulders and the face. Feel the lengthening of the spine. Let the base of the body settle right where it is. Soften the gaze and soften the attitude and feel into that quality of caring attention. And now, if you will, right at the beginning of the meditation, sense into the context of all of us sitting here with you and you sitting here with us. Each of us making room for ourselves and each other. And let our collective energies be of support to you during this meditation. So anytime you get stuck or feel caught, overwhelmed, or you want to stop, pause for a moment and maybe even open your eyes and look around. See all of us sitting here with you. And just know that you're not alone. Everyone's working with what's going on inside. And borrow some of the strength and fortitude and see if you can just settle back and just let yourself be held in the energetic field of all of us sitting here. Let us hold you when you can't hold yourself. Try that. And maybe one more time, dropping in the awareness of the collective and letting that refresh the interior atmosphere of caring attention. You are not alone. And for the last 5 minutes, letting go of all of meditation instruction, settling back, being and breathing and resting in a field of goodwill. Sense what that feels like inside. Thank you so much. I'm stopping the recording.